Detroit. He's not going to.
Hi guys, good afternoon. It is Sunday and I am already dressed and in the car. Today I am going on the boats with my mom and dad and also a couple of their neighbors. I am very excited and let's do this. We got our delicious fruit plate that my mom made with strawberries, grapes, and blueberries, turkey, cheese, and crackers. Eventually I sat the fruit plate on my lap just to avoid it sliding and falling on the car seat while we were driving. But we met my mom and dad's neighbors at the boat place and we were sat on the boat and we were off. I did have my life vest on the whole time just to keep myself safe, you know. Then we drove by the dock, you know, pretty much looking the same as always. And of course the water. We had a lot of waves this day. The weather was really nice. Eventually I grabbed some crackers out of the fruit plate and they were so good. And that was because I was getting a little bit hungry. I did have 2 pieces of bacon and boiled eggs before. A fact about me is that I am actually not a huge fan of scrambled eggs. I used to when I was very little because I would always get the ones from McDonald's and my mom or my grandma would make them for me. But I've just grown out of it and I really like boiled eggs a lot better. I'm also a little silly with the texture, but unfortunately that didn't really fill me up that much. But that's okay because later on that day, as you guys will see later on in this video, I did go to Red Lobster for dinner. That's why throughout the time I've been eating some crackers along with some fruit. But I really like the waves because it actually adds a little bit of a fun movement to the boat, you know what I mean? And it reminds me of this thing that I did with my mom and dad and my brother and my sister when we went on the Disney cruise a few years ago. There were like several floaties and then we had to get on it and then the water kept moving like waves and it's like wee. It's so fun. Then we drove by this really nice area where there's also boats and people hanging out around the Hickory area and it looks really nice. Hopefully we can go next time. Then I was really thirsty so I grabbed a water bottle and then grabbed my portable charger out of my bag because my phone was about to die. And of course I applied my ColourPop watermelon lip gloss. This is the same thing as Summer Fridays but it's less expensive. The whole time while I was on there I was listening to my music and going on my phone, but look how good that lip gloss looks on me. And then my mom and dad were chatting with their neighbors the whole time, but eventually time goes really fast, so it was about time that we go back home and chill for a minute. I ended up sitting in the front seat next to my mom on the way back, but anyways, we got back to the car. My mom and I were both hot from that boat ride, and then I went back to my room. I made a few TikTok videos, and then I went to Red Lobster and got my ultimate feast with crab,